What if everything you've heard about bone loss after 60 is incomplete, or even backwards? What if the real reason bones weaken isn't just aging, but a series of silent biological signals inside your body that either build or erode bone density depending on how they're triggered? According to new research in aging and bone metabolism, the skeleton is not a fixed structure. It's a living, adaptable tissue that responds to mechanical stress, nutrient signaling, and even microscopic inflammatory shifts in ways most adults were never told. Here's the surprising part. Many people over 60 are unintentionally sending the wrong signals to their bones every single day, without a single symptom, warning, or visible indicator. And in a moment, you'll see how a simple shift in one daily habit can help build bone density naturally and start reversing that silent process. If you're over 60, this matters more than ever, because bone loss rarely announces itself. There's no alarm bell, no pain, until one day you twist wrong, miss a step, or simply lean forward awkwardly, and suddenly a harmless movement becomes a fracture risk. But what if the real danger isn't that moment, but the years of unnoticed bone thinning that came before it? And stick with me because you may recognize one of these hidden signals of silent bone loss in your own life. Here's something most doctors never explain. Bones can absolutely grow stronger at any age, including past 70 and 80, if they receive the correct biological cues. Studies now show that bone density is far more modifiable than most people realize. Imagine bones that regain strength instead of losing it, a spine and hips that become more fracture-resistant, joints that feel more stable, legs that feel stronger and more secure with every step. And soon, you'll hear about real strategies older adults use to restore bone density and increase bone strength after 60. In just a moment, you'll see how a set of science-backed natural osteoporosis support methods can send powerful bone-building signals to your body, without drugs, injections, or prescriptions. You'll learn why some people maintain strong, resilient bones well into their later decades, while others unknowingly accelerate thinning simply because they were never shown a better way. And pay attention to what's coming, because it may challenge everything you've assumed about bone health for older adults. And coming up next, we start with one simple bone strengthening method that enhances stability and begins to stop bone loss without drugs, in a way most seniors never expect. Yet the body responds to it almost immediately once it's applied. For adults over 60, the real danger isn't weak bones. It's that bone loss happens silently. You don't feel density fading away or sense when internal bone structure becomes fragile. Everything seems normal until one small twist or stumble causes a fracture. It's invisible bone loss that makes fractures unpredictable and dangerous. And in a moment, I'll reveal one early warning sign of bone loss that many seniors miss. Here's the hopeful part. Bone weakness isn't an unavoidable part of aging. Research shows bones can adapt like muscles, strengthening when properly challenged and given the right biological conditions. You're not powerless here. Even if you've been told bone loss just happens, that's outdated. You can restore bone density naturally after 60, and soon you'll see how small daily shifts can spark stronger, more resilient bones. And here's the key. You don't need injections or bone-stimulating drugs. Your body already has built-in bone repair systems. Most people just never learned how to activate them. In this video, you'll discover how to send bone-building signals to your body, signals that improve density, stability, and fracture resistance. Many people in their 70s and 80s maintain strong hips and spines using these simple daily habits. And you may be surprised by how fast your bones respond once the right signals are in place. Next, we'll start with one powerful method that wakes up bone-building activity, a natural trigger most older adults have never been shown, yet it can create noticeable improvements quickly. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School and the National Institute on Aging, bones remain biologically active even late in life, constantly rebuilding in response to the signals they receive. In simple terms, your bones aren't old concrete. They're living tissue that strengthens with the right stimulation and silently weakens when neglected. That's why many adults over 60 feel normal day to day, while bone thinning quietly progresses underneath. And in a moment, you'll see how one small daily behavior can make all the difference. A 2022 study found that tiny daily habits, how you move, how you eat, and how much sunlight you get, can significantly influence bone density over time. That's why two people of the same age can have dramatically different bone strength. One feels steady and confident, while the other moves carefully, sensing fragility. And soon, you'll hear how even one of these habits can help restore bone density naturally after 60. Clinical observations show that the brain influences bone strength. When you challenge balance and stability, the body responds by reinforcing load-bearing bone. Your bones listen to your actions, getting stronger only when given a reason to adapt. Many adults lose balance confidence not because their legs weaken, but because their bones and support tissues were never challenged to grow stronger. And you'll learn how to safely send the right bone-building signals without risking injury. Here's a key truth. Nutrition and movement must work together. Calcium without mechanical stress, or movement without minerals, is only half of the equation. Your body needs both the bricks and the blueprint to build real bone strength. And in a moment, you'll see how to combine both, so your bones finally receive the full signal. Next, we'll connect this science to practical steps that increase bone density, prevent fractures, and strengthen your skeleton naturally, starting with one overlooked method that surprises many seniors when they first try it. Now, let's count down the 10 science-backed ways your body can naturally rebuild bone density, starting from number 10 and moving upward, each one building on the last and helping you strengthen bones naturally, prevent fractures, and support long-term bone health for older adults. Number 10. High-impact microloading. This method stimulates bone-building osteoblast cells through tiny pulses of force, almost like tapping your bones on the shoulder to wake them up and say, "Hey, it's time to stay strong." These small impact signals are interpreted by your body as proof that weight-bearing and mobility are still required in daily life. Simple daily heel drops or bouncing lightly on your toes for 3 to 5 minutes can help build bone density naturally by reminding your bones that they are still load-bearing support structures. If you're over 60, start gently and use a countertop, wall, or chair for stability. Even these tiny pulses of force encourage bones, especially in your hips, femur, and spine, to maintain strength rather than thinning with inactivity. Older adults who consistently use microloading often report steadier steps, less hesitation when moving on uneven ground, and a greater sense of trust in their legs. Some even say they feel lighter on their feet, as if walking confidence has returned. And coming up next, a nutrient that tells your body exactly where to send calcium and how to use it for real bone health for older adults rather than letting it go to waste. Number 9. Vitamin K. 2 activation. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic officer for calcium, directing it into your bones and not into artery walls or soft tissue, which can happen with unmanaged supplementation. When K2 is present, calcium becomes structural. It reinforces bone architecture, especially in the spine and pelvis. You can get it from foods like Gouda cheese, natto, egg yolks, and fermented vegetables, dietary sources that have been quietly supporting bone health for thousands of years. If you're taking blood thinners, always talk to your doctor first. This isn't about restriction, it's about intelligent coordination with medication. Seniors who increase K2 often report that their joints feel sturdier, their legs more anchored, and their walking more stable, as if their body alignment has subtly improved. With proper K2, bones become more responsive to mineral intake and less likely to develop calcium misplacement. And in a moment, you'll learn how another overlooked mineral can help restore bone density even further by activating multiple bone-strengthening processes at once. Number 8. Magnesium balance. Magnesium is the activation switch that converts vitamin D into its usable hormonal form, the form that actually opens the door for calcium absorption. Without enough magnesium, your body may be ingesting calcium and vitamin D, but your bones can't put them to work, meaning the bone repair process slows down. Magnesium also supports nerve signaling, muscle relaxation, and microcirculation, all of which influence bone cell activity. Good sources include pumpkin seeds, almonds, whole grains, and spinach. For adults taking blood pressure medications or diuretics, magnesium can intensify their effect. So awareness and balance are important. When magnesium levels rise to optimal range, bones tend to respond dramatically. Stiffness reduces, mobility improves, and the entire skeletal system feels more functional. Joints become less crunchy, and movements like getting out of bed or stepping down from a curb become noticeably smoother. And next, we're going to talk about something that strengthens the structural framework of the bone itself, not just the minerals inside it. Hatch 7. Natural collagen support. Collagen forms the foundational matrix of your bones. Think of it like the internal rope and fiber system that gives bones their flexibility and shock absorption. Without collagen, bones are like dry crackers, easy to snap. With collagen, they are more like bamboo, flexible, resilient, and capable of bending under force instead of breaking. Foods like bone broth, fish skin, gelatin-rich dishes, chicken cartilage, and long-simmered soups provide amino acids like glycine and proline that the body uses to build collagen naturally. If you have hypertension, just be mindful of sodium content, especially in packaged broths. Many older adults who incorporate collagen-supportive foods report that their joints feel lubricated, knees bend more comfortably, and everyday actions, walking uphill, pivoting, stepping into a car, feel less stiff and more fluid. Some even notice subtle improvements in skin elasticity and connective tissue comfort. And coming up, this is where movement meets biology, and where your actions begin activating real bone-building signals in your body, faster than most people expect. Number 6. Progressive resistance training. When muscles pull on bones, it tells the body to reinforce those bone regions, and this signaling mechanism is one of the most reliable, science-supported ways to strengthen bones naturally. The beauty of this method is that you don't need a gym membership, heavy barbells, or intimidating equipment. Even small hand weights, simple resistance bands, ankle weights, or just climbing a few stairs can activate the critical bone-building response that rebuilds density over time. If you've noticed your legs don't push as firmly as they once did, or your grip feels weaker, think of this technique as a gentle yet powerful message to your skeleton. You still need to stay strong, we still rely on you. By increasing intensity gradually, especially after age 60, you allow the body to adapt safely. Smooth, controlled motion builds bone density naturally while protecting the joints and avoiding unnecessary strain. Over time, these signals lead to stronger posture, more stable knees and hips, better spinal support, and a renewed sense of physical confidence. Whether you are walking outside, gardening in the backyard, carrying groceries, or simply rising from a chair. People often describe a change not only in strength but in presence. They feel more grounded, more aligned, more capable in their own bodies. And coming up next, you'll learn why how you get your calcium matters just as much as how much you get, and why most people are doing this part wrong in their efforts to build bone density naturally. Number 5. Calcium from whole food sources. Calcium from real food absorbs more effectively, cooperates with enzymes and co-nutrients, and is far less likely to deposit in areas where it doesn't belong, such as arteries or kidney tissue. Foods like sardines with bones, Greek yogurt, tahini, sesame butter, and leafy greens supply calcium in its most compatible form for the human body. Whole food calcium doesn't just arrive in the body, it integrates, cooperates, and works synergistically with vitamins, proteins, and trace minerals to support real bone health for older adults. One of the biggest misconceptions is that more calcium automatically means stronger bones. In reality, taking large calcium pills, especially without K2, magnesium, and protein, may overload the bloodstream and fail to penetrate the bones themselves. That's why many experts now recommend food-based calcium first, because it enters the body slowly, naturally, and predictably. People relying on whole food calcium sources often report not only stronger bones, but also steadier digestion, fewer bloating issues, better energy, and an overall improvement in mineral equilibrium. It's the difference between giving your body a shovel drop of raw material versus giving it a carefully balanced blueprint for construction. And stay with me, because next we're not talking about calcium, protein, or vitamins, but about the internal inflammatory environment that can quietly undo all your progress if left unchecked. Number 4. Anti-inflammatory food rotation. Silent inflammation is one of the most underestimated forces behind bone loss. It chips away at bone tissue slowly, subtly, without causing noticeable pain until the effects accumulate. Certain foods are remarkably effective at reducing oxidative stress and inflammatory messaging that accelerates bone breakdown. Rotating in cherries, olive oil, turmeric, ginger, and blueberries throughout the week can help settle these internal flare-ups. Think of it like improving the emotional climate inside your body. When the atmosphere is calm, the bones feel safe to repair and reinforce. Instead of relying on one trendy miracle food, what truly matters is diversity. Multiple anti-inflammatory components entering at different times through different meals. Many people notice that when they add these foods consistently, their joints feel more flexible, their legs feel less heavy, and their movements feel smoother and more confident. For older adults, this calmer internal state makes it far easier for the skeleton to rebuild naturally and predictably, even decades after bone loss began. It helps make your body a repair-friendly environment rather than a stress-activated one. And in just a moment, we'll shift from what you eat to when you eat, and how the timing of nutrition profoundly influences bone rebuilding. Many seniors unknowingly miss this step, even when eating all the right foods. Number 3. Proper protein distribution. Protein fuels both collagen formation and bone cell renewal, but timing matters more than most people realize, especially for adults over 60 who are trying to build bone density naturally. Most people in this age group unknowingly make the same mistake. They get almost all their daily protein at dinner, rather than spreading it throughout the day. This overloads digestion and provides an inconsistent supply of amino acids, instead of the steady stream your bones and muscles need. When you distribute your protein, a little at breakfast, a moderate amount at lunch, and a smaller portion at dinner, you allow your body to continuously feed bone-building pathways and collagen repair signals. Too much isolated animal protein without fiber-rich plant foods creates a more acidic internal environment, shifting pH and causing your body to pull calcium from bone tissue to rebalance itself, weakening bones over time. But when protein is paired with vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, or whole grains, the buffering effect protects both bone strength and mineral balance. With this approach, each meal becomes a subtle reinforcement message to your skeleton, one that helps restore bone density and increase bone strength after 60 gradually, steadily, and safely. Think of it as training the body through nutrition, the same way exercise trains muscles. Small, repeated signals, not one overwhelming push at the end of the day. And stay with me, because the next factor determines whether your body can even access all the nutrients you're working so hard to provide. Now, number 2, vitamin D optimization. Vitamin D functions as the biological gatekeeper that allows calcium to enter the bones and strengthen them from the inside, making it one of the most important nutrients for bone health for older adults. Without sufficient vitamin D, even if you eat all the calcium and protein you need, your bones may never receive the benefit. It's like having plenty of building material but no access to the construction site. The best source of vitamin D is safe sunlight exposure. Just 10 to 20 minutes of daylight can make a meaningful difference. During winter months or for those with limited outdoor time, vitamin D3 supplementation can help, but it must be approached carefully. Too much vitamin D can throw off calcium regulation, potentially causing overabsorption or misplacement of minerals. When vitamin D levels are optimized, many seniors report a noticeable improvement in how their body feels. Bones respond more effectively to physical activity, muscle contraction, and nutritional input. Hips, spine, legs, and joints often feel sturdier, stronger, and more resilient, reinforcing the body's structural support system. It's not simply about adding nutrients, it's about unlocking the ability to use them. And now for the big one, because even the strongest bones can be compromised if this last factor is ignored. Number 1, balance and fall prevention training. Even the densest, strongest bones cannot protect you if a fall causes a fracture, which is why balance training may be the most important bone protection strategy of all. Balance practice activates stabilizing muscles throughout the body, especially in the ankles, hips, legs, and core, and strengthens neural pathways that govern coordination and reflexes. This is not just exercise, it is brain-to-body communication training. Practices such as Tai Chi, single leg holds, tandem walking, slow heel-to-toe steps, and guided stability work gently retrain your nervous system to respond quickly and intelligently to sudden shifts in posture. Always use a support when needed. a chair, wall, railing, or countertop, because safety is the priority. Over time, many older adults notice profound improvements. Stairs feel easier, stepping off a curb doesn't trigger hesitation, and walking outside becomes a source of confidence instead of concern. The emotional transformation is just as real as the physical one, because when you trust your balance, you trust your body. And coming up in a moment, you'll learn how to combine all 10 of these strategies into one simple daily rhythm that supports bone growth for life. And now that you've seen the full countdown, we'll tie everything together into a practical, realistic routine, one that fits naturally into your day without feeling like a complicated program. You'll see how just a few consistent habits, a bit of movement, smart meal timing, nutrient awareness, and simple balance training can build bone density naturally and predictably over time. Your bones are not done adapting, and this routine will show them exactly how to rebuild, reinforce, and protect themselves year after year. If you've been feeling cautious on the stairs or noticing your legs don't feel as steady as they used to, you're not alone. Millions of older adults quietly carry that same concern. And you're not imagining it. Your body does change with age, and those subtle shifts in balance, confidence, and bone resilience are real. But your body is not failing you. It's asking for the right bone-strengthening signals. The ability to rebuild strength is still there, still active, still ready to support bone density and increase bone strength after 60. Bones can adapt at any age, and many seniors experience real improvements even in their 70s and 80s. And in a moment, you'll hear why this adaptability lasts far longer than most people realize. Maybe you've been told that weak bones are just part of aging. But here's a quiet truth that gives hope. Your bones aren't done learning. They respond to how you move, how you nourish them, and how you challenge them. And when supported correctly, they can strengthen naturally and help prevent fractures. With the right guidance, you'll feel safer, steadier, and more confident in your movements. And soon, you'll learn how small adjustments can spark meaningful improvement. And if you've ever felt embarrassed by a moment of imbalance, or frustrated because a short walk leaves you tired, or anxious about the possibility of a fall, you are not alone. We hear from people every week with those same concerns. Some have fallen once and now move with hesitation. Others haven't fallen at all, but constantly fear it, which is just as stressful. And stay with me, because you'll hear how many overcame those fears and regained confidence. Here's the hopeful part. Countless seniors have turned things around. Some who once felt shaky now feel steady. Some whose bone scans looked discouraging later saw improvement. Some who lived with fear of falling now walk with assurance and ease. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the lived experience of thousands of older adults who made small, consistent changes that build bone density naturally over time. And coming up, you'll see how to apply those same changes in your daily life. And we'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, how old are you, and what's your #1 health or mobility goal right now? Stronger bones? Better balance? More confident walking? Less stiffness? Your answer matters, not just to us, but to others watching. Your story may be the one that encourages someone who feels scared or discouraged. We're building a community where age is not a barrier, where people support each other, learn together, and move forward with confidence. And as we move into the next section, you'll see how these 10 bone-building strategies can fit naturally into your life. Not as a strict regimen, but as an empowering rhythm that supports bone health day by day. Before we wrap up, I want to offer one gentle but important reminder. Always check with your doctor before adding new supplements, adjusting medication timing, beginning a new exercise routine, or making meaningful changes to your diet. Your health story is unique. Your medications, your history, your bones, your balance, and your physician can help personalize these bone health strategies to your situation. This isn't about rushing or doing everything at once. It's about making steady, thoughtful changes that strengthen bones naturally, safely, and sustainably. And in a moment, I'll explain why slow, steady progress often outperforms fast, aggressive approaches when it comes to long-term bone health for older adults. And if you've ever wondered whether it's too late, please hear this. Your body has an extraordinary ability to repair, adapt, and restore bone density at any age. The bones you have today are not the bones you are destined to live with forever. They are alive. They respond. They adapt. Even small, consistent changes, a little more movement, a little more balance training, a little more nourishment, a little more sunlight, can gradually increase bone strength after 60 and reduce the risk of falls and fractures. Many people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s experience real improvements, and you can too. And soon, you may be amazed at how much stronger and steadier you feel in just a few weeks. If this video gave you insight or hope, please give it a like. It truly helps more people discover these natural ways to build bone density naturally and prevent fractures. And consider sharing it with someone who may be feeling worried or uncertain about bone loss or mobility. They may need this message today more than you realize. And if you haven't already, subscribe to join our growing community of older adults who are choosing strength, choosing stability, and choosing health every day. And thank you sincerely for being part of this. Your presence makes this community stronger. And coming up in the next video, we'll go even deeper. I'll show you a step-by-step daily bone-strengthening routine you can do at home in under 12 minutes with no weights required. A real-life blueprint to restore bone density and strengthen bones naturally. You won't want to miss it, because this is where knowledge turns into daily action.